A differently abled woman fell into a pothole on the waterlogged streets in Bengaluru. This happened yesterday. This has prompted outrage over the city's poor infrastructure. There's a video that shows the woman navigating through a flooded street in Bengaluru while she was riding her scooter. However, she seemingly lost her balance and fell into the pothole and struggled to step out of it. Now, opposition has slammed Karnataka government, Congress-led Karnataka government after this incident, and it has alleged that the brand Bengaluru has been completely disrupted. In fact, Bengaluru's road infrastructure has been plagued by potholes, but has the Brihad Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike, BBMP, the civic body that is in charge of Bengaluru's infrastructure, has it taken adequate steps to address the issue? Just a month ago, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar had set a 15-day deadline for the civic body to fill all the potholes in the city. He said that he would tour the city after 15 days. He had in fact asked officials to fix all damaged roads. In fact, there was also a review meeting that CM Siddaramaiah himself did of the roads, promising action. But is the Congress government in Karnataka failing to address the city's basic needs? Or is this a legacy problem that will need more than political blame game? That's what we will discuss today. Joining us now is B.S. Arun, senior journalist, also former deputy editor of the Deccan Herald newspaper. We have Anand Gurumurthy, spokesperson of the BJP. We also have Lavanya Ballal Jain of the Congress party. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Lavanya, to you first. On social media, there are several people posting pictures of the potholes, and they say that they were filled only a month ago, but they have been reopened after this heavy rainfall that the city saw in the last few hours. Now, this has, of course, reignited allegations of corruption, BBMP officials, and also what are the local MLAs and MPs doing? Clearly, your government is in the dock here. What would you have to say?
Good evening, Vasudha. Yes, there are multiple potholes, and we have seen this incident of differently abled woman who fell down yesterday and hurt herself. We have also seen flooding in different parts of Bengaluru and the building collapse that happened today. So there are a couple of things that is happening. We have had a cloud burst in the past 1 week. After 19 years, Bangalore has received 241 of rains within a span of 1 week. That has escalated the issue, and multiple lakes in Bangalore is overflowing, and that's also creating an issue for us. Drains in multiple areas of Bengaluru is creating an issue. A couple of areas, the railway works that has stagnated has created, the water drain problem for the city, and multiple areas. It is about the drains not being, clear, and the potholes. Now, when we are talking about all of this, yes, it is a legacy problem for Bangalore. And whenever there is a natural disaster, 241 rains within a span of 6 to 7 days is a huge thing. And when that happens, it is, I think, normal for any city to be flooded. Be it Delhi, be it Mumbai, be it New York, we have seen multiple cities across the world being flooded. But you have to appreciate the BBMP for being hands-on and being available to the people 24/7. There are multiple call centers for different zones from the BBMP, and people, there are people working in those call centers, and they are available for citizens 24/7. The Deputy Chief Minister, who is the Minister for Bangalore, has also visited these call centers.
Right.
He himself has answered the call. The minister himself is available for people. And I would like to ask one simple question, Mr. Bhairati Basavaraj, the fourth time MLA from BJP. Just now, I saw him giving a clean sheet to the builder for a building which is under construction where we have already lost one life. It is very strange for me that he would give a clean sheet to the builder rather than the officials.
Okay, that's quite strange, but I agree with you. Let me also get a response from Anand Gurumurthy on this. Sir, experts have often argued that the focus, at least in a place like Bengaluru, should be on long-term solutions rather than political blame games, because we need to find out if better road material is being used, if you're using sustainable techniques. Did the BJP do enough when it comes to improving the brand of the city? Because bad roads, underground pipes, badly planned stormwater drains, all this cannot be just the work of one government, be it the BJP or the Congress.
Basically, I tell you, long-term planning is very much necessary for Bengaluru. And whenever we do any long-term plans, like for example, from 1960s, there are many blueprints for Bengaluru. But unfortunately, every time something, comes up and we are in a long-term way of managing things, certain hurdles are placed by certain political outfits. Okay. For example, let me tell you, the metro thing is something, works are going on in Ring Road. Especially, I remember 2022 when our government was in place. Same kind of rains happened, and there was a big this thing with respect to Ring Road. At that point of time, it was corrected, and later on, long-term measures were taken. Like this, there are plans in Bengaluru, but unfortunately, what happens? The successive governments don't take it forward. They have their own way of doing things. For example, the current government, especially Sidramaya government, they are not, doing the right funding at the right time. They are trying to hold on to the bills of the contractors. Many of the contractors are not able to fulfill the obligations, and because of cash shortage. Because of all this, this city is going to whatever we are seeing today. Okay, in fact, I had to attend it from my office, but unfortunately, I'm not able to reach. This is the kind of situation of every citizen in Bangalore. Okay, the reason is very bad administration from the last 1.5 years. In fact, this year, most of the works are at a conclusion state, but the bills are not paid. They say they don't have money. They point at the center, and finally, the spokesperson says it's the railway authorities which are not fixing. Okay, so all this, is a blame game of Sidramaya government. Their administration is bad. In fact, a cabinet meeting has not happened from months. You should know this. Okay, despite so much the citizens are suffering, not only in the city, even in the rural areas, crop loss is there. A cabinet meeting has not happened because everybody is asking Sidramaya to resign. Within the Congress, in the opposition, everybody is asking. He's scared to even conduct a
Okay, Lavanya, you have a point to make.
Sidramaya is camping in Mysuru from weeks.
Incorrect
He has
information.
not come back to
Incorrect
Bengaluru.
information.
This is the state of administration.
Incorrect information.
And the
Anand
spokesperson
Gurumurthy
dares to
thinks
come and tell,
the work by the
okay,
railways should be done by the
this
state
is
government. I
acceptable.
don't think he
Okay, Mr.
understands.
Gurumurthy, let her respond. I'll come back to you.
Different
Comes here,
governments.
Congress
Mr.
party.
Gurumurthy,
Lavanya, let me tell you.
stop
Lavanya,
putting people
yes,
as
Mr.
acceptable
Gurumurthy,
in
let her
every
respond,
city.
please. I'll come back to you, sir.
Lavanya Bala, let me finish it. You come here and dare
Mr.
to say that it is
Gurumurthy,
acceptable in every city.
it
No,
is
it
my
is not acceptable in my city. There
Mr.
must be better
Gurumurthy,
administration.
you
I
need
am
to stop your
demanding that
rant.
as part of
Okay,
the
Anand, you
opposition.
made your
Lavanya
point.
Bala.
Let her respond. Yes, Lavanya, please.
Yeah, Mr. Gurumurthy is very passionately talking about something. I do understand that, but the jurisdiction of the railways and the state government is separate. He needs to understand that too. He says there is no cabinet meeting. I don't
Show
think
me how
he's
many
been
places,
following the
Lavanya.
state news at
Don't
all.
tell lies
There
like
is a
this on
cabinet
TV.
meeting happening
No.
every week,
Is the
and
entire
there will be sessions in the December month when it is supposed to have a cabinet meeting. I don't know why he claims
Okay,
there has
B.S.
been no
Arun,
cabinet
Lavanya,
meeting.
let me go to
Which is
B.S.
a
Arun. He's been
big
waiting
lie.
patiently. Thank you, sir, for
Seems
waiting so
coded.
patiently. That's exactly what I wanted to ask you also.
Last 5
Do
months.
civic issues matter in Bengaluru politically and electorally? Because, in some ways, it does
Vasudha.
seem that has governance taken a backseat because
Vasudha.
the discussion, political discourse in Karnataka has been so much about resignation of Siddaramaiah and of course this Muda scheme and also political parties wanting to have this one-upmanship over the other.
Absolutely, Vasudha. Over the last 2 months, we have been seeing only, the allegations and counter allegations, demand for resignation, and otherwise. The Congress as well as the BJP and Janata Dal leaders are involved in mudslinging. They are demanding, one fellow is right, the other fellow is wrong, and things like this have pushed the governance backwards. And of course, this is a legacy problem. It has been happening for the last so many years. Fortunately, this year, there are no pothole deaths, so far at least, which has happened in the last few years, as we have seen, for 5 to 10 people died because of, they fell into the craters of Bangalore. And this kind of rain, where the flooded rain enters into the houses, to the apartments, it's become a very annual feature these days. The Deputy Chief Minister, who is also the Bangalore Development Minister, who is also the KPCC President, has too many things on hand. Perhaps he's not able to give full attention to what's happening in Bangalore. Could be one reason why we are seeing this. He gave a deadline, as you mentioned, a 15-day deadline for the potholes to be filled. But then what we have been seeing is that the potholes resurfaced. The same potholes resurfaced after they were asphalted in a few days' time, in about 3-4 days. Today or yesterday, a leading paper of Bangalore carried 4 photographs in which they showed the state of the that particular road, that particular spot. when it happened, when they published the photograph, and the day after, after a heavy rain, the situation of that road, the potholes were bad. So this is the kind of the work that are taking place. 15-day deadline has been of no consequence for the Bangaloreans.
Okay, Anand Gurumurthy, that's a very important point. That is, Lavanya, I'll come to you. But Anand, is it possible that your party has not raised this issue of civic matters adequately, just as you've been raising this issue around resignation of Siddaramaiah, the corruption point of view? Because at the end of the day, possibly BJP or Congress also realize that there's only limited thing that the political parties can do, because there's no really an answer for the suffering of the common man here.
No, Vasudha, we have done this last year also. See, basically they had come to power last year. They kept blaming, saying that okay, BJP was there in power, so all this is BJP's thing. Okay, last year you put it on BJP. But what about this year? You had 1.5 years time. What were you doing? You are not fixing anything. You are talking about big projects. You are talking about tunnel roads. Imagine normal, apartments are getting flooded here, and our deputy CM talks about tunnel roads for 36 kilometers. Do you think people will, have any kind of faith in these people? The Congress people are losing faith every day, and they are not ready to, accept that there is a mistake. If they accept that there is a mistake, they can fix it. They don't want to do that. They come here on TV and say, even it floods in
Lavanya, this point about skydecks and tunnel roads, do you think that it's also time to, maybe just forget the grand promises on one hand and look at very basic things like crumbling infrastructure,
yes, exactly.
crumbling roads?
We have been telling that, Vasudha. We have been telling that. First thing.
Okay, let her respond now. Yes, ma'am.
First, think of the basic things. For example, see, waterlogging problem.
Okay, Lavanya, it's your... Yes, I am completely out of time. Anand, you had your chance. Lavanya, please respond.
I would like to remind everybody that the BBMP was 9 years governed by the BJP, and we are setting things right in the state of Karnataka. Infrastructure is a concern for us, and we are setting the roads correct. We are also planning to decongest Bengaluru city. Meanwhile, everyone has to understand this has also been a natural calamity. We are not excusing anything. We are very happy that officials are, all hands on deck, 24/7. They are there. They are doing the rescue operations. When Manyata Tech Park flooded, it just took 4 hours for the BBMP officials to come there and clear the waters from Manyata Tech Park. So it's the same thing across Bangalore. We have, in different parts of Bangalore, when there is a flooding happening, 23 houses were flooded. We have given them 3 days of, accommodation, food, water.
So sustainable infrastructure and proactive action seems to be the way forward, and not just political blame game. Thank you all of you for joining me on this broadcast. Political parties have also reacted to this. We have Senior Minister Priyank Kharge reacting to what happened in Bengaluru, and also BJP leader and former MP C.T. Ravi reacting to that. Let's listen into what both of them said.
BJP did not even have a Bengaluru in charge minister. Right now we have that. And he's the one who's taking care of it. And I don't think they read newspapers enough also, because they don't come out of their WhatsApp universities. So we have set up a committee under the leadership of the DCM. We are going to talk to all the tech hubs and industrial areas that are creating the maximum number of employment and paying the highest taxes, to see what civic communities that are lacking, whether it is telecom infrastructure, whether it's civic communities like drainages, power, water, everything. So it's been a year since we are there, and they don't have to worry. We know how to govern. The brand Bengaluru was built by us, and it will be sustained by us.
ये पहले बेंगलुरु में हजारों तालाब रही, अभी कितना बचा है? कौन लूट लिया, कौन कमाया पूरा? उसको आपको उत्तर मिलेगा तो सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. ब्रांड बेंगलुरु के नाम पर लूट रहा है. बेंगलुरु एक इंटरनेशनल सिटी होने के बाद में भी हालत ऐसा है. जिम्मेदार कौन है?